This is my first time in Azerbaijan, and I was invited by my partner and my very good friend, EurasiaDiary. Before I traveled here, I didn't know so much about Azerbaijan. Many of the things back home that we read about and know is about the bad things in the history. What many people doesn't know, for example, my home country, it's that we have a history here in Azerbaijan as well. Everyone knows Alfred Nobel, and he was one of the first person that found the oil here. And after a few days here, I realized that it's very important for me, especially for me myself, to get people to be more aware of this fantastic country. Since 2011, I've been working in the travel industry. I worked in Dubai for quite a few years, and when I first moved there, it was a big challenge to explain to the Scandinavian people that wasn't aware, is Dubai in the middle of the desert? Can you do that? Can you do that? And so on. And before I landed here, before I went here to Azerbaijan, my opinion was pretty much the same. I think a lot of people misunderstand this country because it has so many beautiful things to offer. We have been here for a week now, and we have met a lot of people, a lot of important people that has told us many things about the history, the situation of the conflict, and I have seen with my own eyes what the country has to offer. I mean, in the morning you can play golf, and you can go 4 hours up to Shadak, and you can ski. It's like in the south of Europe, in the Alps. So I'm very impressed, and I'm very happy to be here. I mean, the main reason that we're here is that we're setting up a company as Travel Group. This company will mainly focus on the travel industry. Every meeting we have had here, they have a common subject, or a similar problem, I should say. It is that we don't know how to reach the European market. All the travelers that goes here are from GCC, from Russia, from Iran, but there's a lot of countries that still aren't aware of the possibilities here. The tourism, the investments, and everything that is very positive and very good. This is the #1 destination 2018. And so what we're doing here is not just bringing people here, tourists. What we also would like to do is to get people to be more aware, to improve their knowledge about the country, and tell them what you can do here in Azerbaijan. And now this is my last day in this country, but I will be back in 3 weeks again, and I'm really looking forward to go back here and start with all our projects to communicate and market this country in as many positive ways as possible. Of course, I were aware of the conflict, but unfortunately, I will say, not as much as I would like to. Just before this interview, I saw a very emotional video from the conflict zone. Back home, I run a foundation as well that works with kids. Its name is Make a Change. And it touched me very much, deeply. And I was crying because it's very hard to watch the situation. And I think it's very important to show the world in any way possible how we can make them more aware of the situation.
Unfortunately, I didn't know that much about Azerbaijan because you don't know much about it in Europe, because there are not so many articles to be found about it. So I looked it up, and I saw this could be a really nice country. So EurasiaDiary brought us here, and I've had 5 days here now. Wonderful days with very constructive meetings, and I got to see much of the city of Baku, and what a fantastic place it is. I had no idea before. but now I do. We are here mainly to set up a new travel company, both in tourism and business tourism, or business trips. So we are really on the verge to set everything in motion. And I really look forward to do business here. I didn't know that much about this conflict because, as I said, it's not very big out there, and I think we need to push the agenda and really take out this conflict so people get more awareness of it. And one good way, I think, is though I own a magazine in Sweden which is focused more on food and so on, so I've been in quite a few countries on trips and showing the foods and the countryside and the production and so on, and this is what I could do with Azerbaijan as well to show, but I think we need to get it out more editorial in all the magazines about the conflict, because people in general don't know about this conflict at all, I think. Because if I don't know about it, I don't think many people know about it more than me. But it's been very useful to get to know about this.
My name is EurasiaDiary, and I am born and raised in Sweden. Actually, my roots is from Azerbaijan. This is my motherland. And before I came here, I tried to invite my friends to tell them to come to see Azerbaijan. And you know, the knowledge in Europe and the rest of the world, they don't know so much about Azerbaijan. But when people don't know about your country, you get sad, you get angry, you get disappointed. And you don't understand why. And for me, it was very important to show the world that Azerbaijan is more than oil. You know, it's more than there was independent from the Soviet. So I want to show them the good things, the positive things about Azerbaijan. I want to show them that we have very beautiful buildings, we have big events. You know, I want to show that this is land of fire, actually land of fire. So what I did, I invite my friends, my partners to come to Azerbaijan, see what's happening in this beautiful country. So I invite a delegation because I am a businessman, I'm a social entrepreneur, professional speaker, I'm a public speaker man. So what I did, I travel a lot, I have a big networking around the world. So I invite them as a delegation. I didn't tell them this is it, this is that. I just said, come and see with your own eyes, because I believe in people, when they see something with their own eyes, they're gonna understand. The rest is history. So I invited them. They came, they saw, and it was like, wow. And the two partners I invited was Christian Nordenström and Niklas Warner, my Swedish two partners and friends. And what we do here is that we created actually a DMC, travel DMC. So we work with tourism, because what we saw these latest 3 years is big opportunities for Azerbaijan. We want to bring investors, we want to bring big companies, and we want to focus in the tourism business. You know, business, invest, tourism, trading. This is the focus. So I invite them, and we create our company, and now we're going to focus on the tourism business, and we're going to help and support Azerbaijan, bring people from global around the world, from Europe, from the United States, from GCC, from around the world, Israel, because we want to show them this is our country, and we have to be together in one way. It's actually a little funny about this situation, because I am from Sweden by myself, from Europe, and I didn't know about, I know because I read another article, but in Sweden they didn't write in its article that he's blacklisted in Azerbaijan. And you have to understand, and you have to respect countries' rules, right? You cannot go to another country and don't respect the rules. So you have to respect the rules and law. So I can just add and say that he's very disappointed that he went to these occupied areas, and it's very important, like me, that I am my motherland in Azerbaijan in Swedish, because I'm from Europe. I want to show and invite him to sit down and talk about this situation, because I'm familiar with this man. He's very respected before us, a very respected man in the journalist. He's actually very good. I like him. I do, really do. So what I want to do now when I go back to Sweden, Europe, I want to contact him, invite him for coffee, tea, and sit down and talk with him. What was your opinion? Why you went there? What are your thoughts? And you know, I want to sit up talk about this conflict, because people, like I said, they don't know about Azerbaijan. How they gonna know or understand about the Karabakh conflict? You understand? So it's very important for me to invite him, sit down and talk. And that's why we Azerbaijanis in Europe and around the world outside Azerbaijan, we have responsibility to talk about the issue and do something about the situation. That's why I'm here now, and I'm gonna take it to the next step and invite him for a meeting, and I hope he come for talk about it.
What do you plan to inform Swedish community about the true Nagorno-Karabakh conflict?
I'm gonna say first of all is they have to understand the history, and they have to support it more. You know, because it's 20% is occupied. You're not blind. You know, understand? Even in UN, they say this is occupied territories. So it's very important for me, as my motherland roots from Azerbaijan, that we have to talk more about the situation. So what we're gonna do is the first step. You have an impact in the politicians, but also for society in social media, because I'm also influencer, so I have a responsibility to do something good in a social media thing, in networking. So that's why what I want to do, I want to talk about the history, what's happening then and what's happening now, and what's to do about the future. It's very important to do that.